Dave Chappelle said, it was in the press today, saying that you can speak more freely over here than in America.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true.
Oh, it's not true.
No.
Yeah,
No.
Do your hunk on Muhammad, Dave.
Yeah.
Guys, we gotta talk about Dave Chappelle. So, pretty sure most of you guys know who that is. Basically, world famous comedian, and he is probably my favorite comedian of all time, even though he can be a little woke, because in this video, we're not going to be speaking well of Chappelle because he is straight up delusional. He went to a comedy festival out in Saudi Arabia, and while he was out there, he basically was criticizing the fact that Jimmy Kimmel had gotten deplatformed, that basically fired by ABC Fake News, at least temporarily suspended. I mean, but they brought the guy back. That aside, he was saying, man, just for criticizing Charlie Kirk, you know, it's like there's more free speech in Saudi Arabia than it is in America, which doesn't make any sense, but that's what he said. Now, I don't have the clip. I actually can't find that clip anywhere, but that was a stupid thing to say, and he is rightfully getting criticized for it, just like in the intro here. But I'm going to go ahead and show you this video with Adam Carolla, who actually used to work directly with Jimmy Kimmel, and he's blasting Dave Chappelle for this as well. Let's go ahead and react to this. By the way, guys, there's a new feature on YouTube where you can hype videos, so be sure to like the video, hype the video. It helps out a lot. Appreciate you.
I think the problem with the Bill Burrs and the Chappelles or anybody in general is if you're going to pitch like Aziz Ansari, if you're going to pitch woke bullshit here about people and people being oppressed and violence against women and all the shit you throw up every day, spare us when you go over there and take a check. That's the whole thing. If
Aziz
Andrew
is
Dice
another one, too.
Clay did it, I'd be like, I mean, if I took the money, then I would take the money, but I'm not railing against oppressive regimes all the time.
It's just like, don't rail on America when America has made you famous and
it's
given you
10 times better than wherever you're going to get a check. That's my whole thing.
Facts.
But then there are guys like Mark Norman, who I'm looking at, I like, but he's not woke and doesn't rail against America. So I have more forgiveness or more understanding or more something. What I don't like is the rail against oppressive, Trump's an oppressive dictator. We'll go take a check from an oppressive dictator. That's what I'm like.
Yeah, whoever got the biggest check, money does talk. What's crazy about this is people are saying all of these things about free speech. I don't understand, like, it's definitely just people just hating when it's their side, because when you have a little flashback going back not too long ago, the Democrats were openly discussing the deplatforming you, not just across one platform, but across all platforms for mis and disinformation, whatever the government determined, which was mis and disinformation, which is the exact opposite of what they're supposed to do. That's literally where the First Amendment is supposed to be covered, is when it relates anything to the government. The government cannot put you in jail or deplatform you or do really anything negative against you. And also Hillary Clinton even said that people should be prosecuted for things that they said.
You shouldn't be banned from one platform and not others for providing misinformation out there.
There's no guarantee to free speech on misinformation or hate speech, especially around our democracy.
There are Americans who are engaged in this kind of propaganda, whether they should be civilly or even in some cases criminally charged, is something that would be a better deterrent.
If people go to only one source and the source they go to is sick and has an agenda and they're putting out disinformation, our First Amendment stands as a major block. It's really hard to govern today.
This is a matter of corporate responsibility. Twitter should be held accountable and shut down that site. It is a matter of safety and corporate accountability.
The First Amendment is not absolute. It does not protect any single thing anyone says. There are limits, and that's important. And what this committee has been trying to do for the last year and a half is to chill the federal government from monitoring what is going on social media.
When you look at what Tucker Carlson and some of these other folks on Fox do, it is very clearly incitement of violence. very clearly incitement of violence. I believe that when it comes to broadcast television, like Fox News, these are subject to federal law, federal regulation in terms of what's allowed on air, what isn't.
So my biggest concern is that your view has the First Amendment hamstringing the government in significant ways.
But I didn't hear a peep out of any leftist whatsoever criticizing this. None of my friends, family, no colleagues, no fake news media pundits. As a matter of fact, they defended it, saying, well, you can't just say mis and disinformation. A lot of these people defended it, so it doesn't make any sense. And Dave Chappelle and Bill Burr, not that I really care about what Bill Burr think. I don't even think Bill Burr is that funny, but but these guys should be ashamed of themselves because they are falling for the woke propaganda and they're spouting off nonsense. They're literally going to have some people believing that the things that they're saying is true, which is, in this case, is ironically mis and disinformation, because there's no way in hell literally anybody from America can pretty much say anything and you're not going to get put in jail. They're not going to deplatform you anymore. The left was doing that, but the right is not doing that. ABC independently said that they took Jimmy Kimmel off the air and they brought him back. So it's like, what the hell are you guys complaining about? The president is criticized every day across most networks, even by people who like him. So if this is some sort of dictatorship type of environment, then President Trump would have to be the worst dictator in the history of all dictators. Timu dictator would be the appropriate name because there's no dictatorship going on here. It's really just satirical. It's farcical to even make that claim at this point. I feel like when you get to a certain level of privilege, then this is what you become. You just start complaining about everything and literally going out and speaking publicly about how bad things are openly with nobody doing anything to you. What you should be talking about is the fact that when Charlie Kirk spoke out, then some crazy woke leftist shot him because the left kept calling people on the right fascists, Nazis, saying Trump is a dictator, and saying that the world was effectively going to end, that people on the right are preaching hate, so on and so forth. Those are the people you need to be speaking out against, the people that shot and murdered a man in front of his family, not people who are just saying like, hey, if Jimmy Kimmel gets kicked off the air for being an a-hole about a guy who was recently murdered, then we think it's pretty funny. But that's just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
Real with you, and I know nobody gives a fuck what I think anyway.